Hello everyone, welcome back to this Zbrush introduction lesson. We're going to jump right back in where we left off at. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter lesson. I just want to go over a few more of the tools that we didn't really have a chance to go over last time. First one I wanted to go over was just about symmetry, because sometimes, by mine was by default on, which may have been confusing for some of you. If you're like, well, mine's only on one side, how am I supposed to do anything you're doing with only one side active? And you'll notice that there's a left symmetry or local symmetry over here. Mine isn't turned on, but it is still active. And the reason why is because I have up here inside of where it says tool, transform, went over. Let's go to transform. And then down at the bottom here it says active symmetry, which means that on the x-axis it is actually active already, and it's on mirror symmetry. So in the x-axis, my symmetry is currently working. And if you want to change it to a different axis, you can come back over here and transform and change it to the y or z axis. If you turn off active symmetry and you want to use local symmetry, that will work as well. But I'll just leave mine on for now. Okay, so jumping back in here, a couple more things I wanted to do, which is talk about subtools a little bit. So currently we are, you'll see over here, this is our current tool. If I open up subtools, so this one right here, and we can close up geometry because we don't need that open at the moment. There it is, polysphere 1. Maybe you might want to name this one something else. It's easy enough to do if you want to rename it. Here's the visibility, turn that off and on. Currently it is on because it's the only one left in the scene. But you can hide it if you wanted to. Let's go ahead and just talk about how we'd want to add another object in here and what that would look like. So do that, you go over to append, and then you pick out which one of these you want. So let's do a cylinder actually. So a cylinder pops in here, and you can tell that it's a darker gray than the other one, and that's just because if you look over here, you can tell that this one is the one that's selected, not this one down here. So if I click on this one and I go to transpose, I can now move this down and position it. So this gray is going to be to my camera. So since I snapped it in an orthographic and I want to use this gray, it will actually be perfect. These little gray arrows in the corner here will allow me to transpose it based off in the X and Y based off of my camera view. So let's do the same thing over here. We'll just move it back. Right there. Okay, and maybe you want to scale this down so I can try to make what might be an arm at some point. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so let's do a little bit of shaping, and then I'll talk about how we might want to go about. And let's do something more like that. Okay, and then width-wise, we want to. There we go. Okay, I'm done with the transpose tool. So now what I want to do is start to shape it a little bit. So if I go over to my move tool, you can see that there's not a lot of geometry in here. So if I want to start to smooth it, it's going to be issues really quick. So if I come over here to geometry again, and we go over to divide, and maybe even turn on Dynamesh, so we can smooth this out a little bit. Okay. Maybe, kind of depends if I want this to be an arm or if I want it to be armor. Let's say that I'm trying to make it into an arm. So I want this to actually go more closer to the body. Okay, something like that. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. And then okay, just filling around here a little bit, not really trying too hard. But let's say that's good enough for me for right now. I'm going to build on it, but yeah, we'll say we're done for now. Keep wanting to say no, I want to tinker with it because I want this to be something that actually works. But maybe I'll just tinker a smidge. I'll just use my trim dynamic just to kind of prepare where maybe if I want there to be an arm socket, it'll go right there. Be a little more right there. So let's say that we're okay with that. Make myself stop tinkering around, just playing. But let's say I'm done with this for right now. So my next step is clearly I want this to be on the other side too, right? Before I try to start dynameshing this all together. So the next thing I would want to do is go to duplicate, which then creates two of them here. So the next thing I'd want to do, now that I've duplicated, is because you can see over here the duplicate is in the same exact spot as the other one. So I actually want it to be on the other side. So how to do that? We have to go down a little bit further on. Down here, we go over to it where it says deformation. We'll open that one up. And you'll see there is one that says mirror. So if I click on mirror, now it pops over on the other side. Okay, that's good. Now I want these two combined down at the same time. So to do that, we can do merge, and the way the merge works is it's going to take this one up here and it's going to merge the one down below, or whichever one's on top will get merged down below. So I'm going to click on this one, and we're going to do merge down. So merge down. That's okay. So now there's one object. Okay. Maybe I want to do a quick little dynamesh on it. Okay, that's good. Now let's go ahead and combine it with our other geometry here. So this one here, again, we're going to merge down. Okay. All right, now Dynamesh. Hold down Control. There we go. You see it just welded that together. Just in case that was a little too fast for you. Look over in the corners here where these are clearly two different objects right now, just one right on top of the other. Now when I do Dynamesh, see now it's welded together right there. Okay, so maybe I want to smooth that out a smidge. Come over here and I can smooth that connection now. It's up to you on what that's supposed to look like. Again, we're just tinkering here. This isn't a product you guys are turning in. This is just plain. Okay, cool. Let's I can come over here and continue working on, maybe the chest comes out wider. Maybe that back part there needs to be inflated, so just like that. Careful. Sometimes the Dynamesh, when you do stuff like this, will do weird stuff. Let's just see. Okay, that's okay. Sometimes it'll leave back behind their artifacts. Okay, so that's looking kind of cool. Okay, so that covers Dynamesh, covers how to duplicate, merge down objects, and I think that will be all we'll need to cover for this lesson. I think that next lesson we'll be able to start our first project. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.